You change the world. Usually you hear this program on Wednesdays. It's Tuesday and I won't be available tomorrow. So I wanted to take about 10 minutes. First, housekeeping. I have really to ask those who are seeing me, who are used to this program, to join and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And this way we can augment the number of subscribers and we can, uh, you know, find the resources that we need to do really good content with incredible guests. You can find us on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live. You can find us here on LinkedIn Live, as well as YouTube Live. And again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and podcasts. Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, etc. Today, I wanted to just give a tip for about 10 minutes, I guess, as I said. It's a major thing that comes back in the coaching sessions, and it's about autonomy, about freedom, about choices that you make in the workplace, especially because this is tremendously pressuring for many of you. The reason it's pressuring is because it's something that you allow, in a way, to come to you and pressure you. The thing is like this: think of an umbilical cord, right? Baby is attached to the mother, and the day that baby is born, we cut the umbilical cord. If you would count the number of cords that are attaching you to dependencies that could be completely freed and could be completely gone from your landscape, you would be incredibly surprised. So the coach makes that wake up call in a way. But in my sessions, it comes up as André, I'm overwhelmed, I'm swamped. In French, je suis en dessous de l'eau, I'm underwater. Um, and it's a situation that people think is a good excuse, that they will get empathy from others by saying it, by declaring it, or get pity, or you know, space for trust that they really can be now available for you or to you when you need them because they are just stuck with their schedule, their crazy schedule. I have a meeting, I have a phone call, I have a conference to join, I have a summit to go, I have a conference to fly to. This is incredibly wrong. And the wrong or the right is not, in fact, the right vocabulary that I use usually. But it is so wrong that I just can't, avoid it. Because in truth, we have choices. In truth, we can be entrepreneurial in our mind because we talk about the growth mindset. We talk about being productive, positive, push back on anything that is negative. Toxicity is not something you can tolerate in your space. Those are choices you make. And you declare those choices to people who work with you, for you, even the people you work for. It's very simple. Declare it, communicate it. I don't tolerate toxicity. I don't tolerate negativity. That's one boundary. And then about your organization and prioritization, the number one decision to make, this is really the point I want to make today, is the decision to take back your ownership of your schedule and leave a few slots for what's really mandatory and really mandatory. Manage to have untouchable times or slots of times every day is in fact very simple. You don't need to take a brick, a stone to build a sanctuary for yourself. You just need to make the decision. That's the space. So think of the space and the sanctuary in your building, in your home, where you work. There must be some place where a nice window. Many people work without windows. That's another cultural shock I had from coming from Europe. In Europe, we almost don't allow this to happen. Unions will go against it. We don't work in a place where there is no windows. But here in the US, it's very common. Look at um, a pharmacy. I'm talking of CVS, of of all the brands of. I don't want to advertise it here or anything, but all the pharmacies, large spaces. Look at pharmacists. I was very shocked about that. Very rarely would you see a pharmacist working in a large store uh, in a place that has a window. It's on top of that, it's neon lights, white lights, and people look very pale, very tired, very old. It's really a sad picture if you really think about it. So those people don't have the choice. If they want to work there, that's the only place where they can work. No, so let me go back now to where I was. I'm losing my my train of thought because it's such an intense topic. I want to really share a little passion here about how much autonomous you are and how much you can take ownership of your own time and your priorities to a large extent. If it's not 100%, it could be 80 in many cases. And if you are a frontline kind of worker, you have to work on shifts. You are in a hospital, you are in a hotel reception front desk. Obviously, things are different. That I cannot deny. We can talk about it another time, but you still have autonomy. You still have choices you can make. And about that sanctuary of the space, I mean, it's about some place not far from where you work, where you just can go and have this tranquility, this space where you need to regroup yourself, reflect, meditate. And then that's time. How much time do you need? How much time can you use to have this slot of time untouchable, yours, the one you take ownership of, and where you're not allowing anything to disturb you, to disrupt you? And it's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just try it because it's going to really happen to you that you're going to find something that is right about it, that is really resonates with you, that is really good for your soul and good for your health, mental health and physical health. Sanctuary and a time in the day, call it a ritual. I'm very spiritual here. A ritual and a sanctuary, time and space. Then apply the same thing to things where you fill out the space and you fill out the time with meaningful content, meaningful actions, meaningful meetings, where you meet with people that have relevance to you, that can collaborate with you, and where you can build positivity and productivity and really use your growth mindset. So, really, it's about taking a step back. That's not difficult. And then it's about changing things and changing, especially the way you make your decisions. I cannot believe many of my clients, from a CEO to any kind of a C-suite member, to an SVP, to a VP, you go really down the chain and you go wherever you want, an entrepreneur, a professional. I cannot believe that it's not possible to use this untouchable time. And I cannot believe, really, as a coach, and also as a former executive or an entrepreneur, that we cannot take ownership and bring this back to our under our control. And listen, as we like analogies and we like pictures and images, imagine that you are piloting your plane and you have a dashboard in front of you. If you feel that you're overwhelmed, then it's like a red signal and you need to stop what you do. If you feel that you're anxious, same thing. Let's say it's a blue light and you need to stop what you do. Stop, think, step back, and change the gear if you have to, and slow down. Now, taking back a control of time and a control of space, do you realize what I'm talking about? This is how I'm going to close these few minutes of broadcast today. And this is how I want to close it. Time is flying, right? We say that all the time. It's the most perishable and unfair asset that we have. It perishes, doesn't come back. Money, because we always compare time to money, or always say time is money. It's not, absolutely not. Time is not money. Money, you can always get that back. It comes and goes, but time goes. And it's impossible that we can negotiate that. It's not negotiable. It is not. We own it. We need to bring that back to us because most of us, most of the people, especially since COVID, when you start working at home and you kept going on this hybrid mode, you have so much freedom that you didn't have before. Why don't you use it? And then you've got, of course, all your priorities: family, spouse, children, and meaningful people that you want to spend time with, quality time with. Why do you compromise with that? Would you negotiate $1 million for 10,000? It's very simple, really. The value of time, in fact, has no money against it. Every single second, right? And I don't want to start referring to books and philosophical statements, but truly, why don't we make our time a time of quality? Because this one is going to really connect us to ourselves, to our core, and allow us to be happy, really happy, happy in all circumstances, including work. We connect to ourselves, we are authentically ourselves, and whatever we need to do for accomplishing what we need to accomplish and clarify our goals and be clear with our people that are around us, clear, 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 and crystal clear, we start to privilege time and make it so meaningful that we are really making also the communication efficient, and everything that goes out of you that you emulate from you, your leadership, your persona, whatever you give out, even to a computer when you develop a program and you code something, when you're alone, isolated, even this is also an opportunity to give something out. Finally, and that's really my last word for today, you can join me by sending me an email, andre@andrepulitzer.com. Very simple, right? And you can go on the website, andrepulitzer.com. And again, subscribe on the YouTube channel, please. And let's meet almost every week. There's sometimes a week I have to skip. We have some upcoming guests that are incredible, incredible. And you can also review some other videos on LinkedIn and on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, where you'll find uh, Daniel Amar, who is the vice chairman of Le Cirque du Soleil. You can find all the different guests we had in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, topics that are incredibly meaningful. And those guests are testimonials, are times that we share with them to share experiences, to share stories of one thing: you change the world. You are. And at every single time of your life, there is even times you don't realize it. You impact people, you change their lives. And by doing so, you change also yours. So please, I invite you to think over and to take this time and to own it. Take it back. It's yours. You own it. And look at your dashboard. You're piloting. You own it. You run it. And this is really true for much, much more than you think. It's not 100% true, but it's probably 75. And if it's 60, even 50% true, this is worth it. Thank you, and see you in 2 weeks.